So we as a church, Dayspring, we're going to be awake and intentional with 4 things in particular as a church. Is that okay?
Yes.
4 things that we're going to remain awake and intentional with. Number 1, we're going to be a church that's in the Word. Yeah. We're going to be a church that's in the Word. We need to, more than ever, be feeding on the truth, reminding ourselves of who God is, of what He does, of the power that is available to us. Can I encourage us all to make the commitment to match or exceed our fact intake with truth intake?
Come on, so good. Say that again.
Really?
Yeah, come on.
Okay, we need to. This is the charge for us as a church. We're going, let's commit to, let me get this right, to match or exceed our fact intake with our truth intake. Yeah. Let's stay informed, 100%. But then let's make the commitment to match that and exceed that with His Word.
Beautiful.
Absolutely. Amen?
So good.
So we're going to do that. Number 2, we're going to be a church that is going to be in prayer and fasting.
Yeah.
Let's be that. We need to be in prayer. We need to be praying and interceding for our own families and our own community here, but for the community and families that we're in contact with in our nation and in the nations. Be praying for governments, our economy, leaders, pastors, everything. We need to be in prayer. And, we would also encourage you to consider perhaps fasting a day a week. We're going to do that.
Yep.
Let's use this time to hone in and refine our focus and contend for breakthrough, not just for ourselves, but on behalf of a nation and the nations.
So good.
So we're going to be in the Word, we're going to be in prayer, and number 3, we're going to be a church that takes communion. Amen? Communion is something that doesn't just have to happen when we give it to you here at church.
Yeah.
It can happen anywhere. We take communion at home, as we all should. There is power in taking communion. Jesus encouraged us to do it often, amen, to remember and to partake afresh of everything that He purchased for us on the cross. Yeah. So can we encourage you, gather together in your homes and take communion and pray, claim and declare the finished work of the cross. Yeah. Over ourselves and over our communities. And number 4, we're going to be a church that is being community. Yeah. Just because we're not gathered here physically anymore doesn't mean that we switch off and become disconnected. Now more than ever, we need to be the church, and we are asking ourselves and all of us to continue to practically pursue community at this time.
Yeah, very good.
How do we do that? Emails, phone calls, text messages, FaceTiming. We are living in the most digitally connected time. So take advantage of those things. Call the people in your world. Call, the people in your Connect group. Touch base, see how they are. We need to be looking out for one another. You would have seen through our emails and communications this week that we're encouraging you. If you have a need, or if you come into contact with somebody who is in great need, contact us here at church. We are planning and looking at different ways that we can provide practical support for people who are going to find themselves or are finding themselves in extreme difficulty in the weeks and months to come. And then we're also encouraging you to consider how you can help. Can you cook a meal? Can you buy some grocery vouchers that we can spread around? Whatever it is, be thinking, be prayerful, and if you think of anything, get in contact with us. So we're going to be awake and intentional. Amen? With these 4 things, we're going to be a church that is in the Word, in prayer and fasting. We're going to be taking communion, and we're going to be being community in this season.